instance, you may just want to abstain. Like if it, but the there will be a couple of updates that will probably come into the book, and this, but the book is right in the sense of it identifies the most probable for getting the move you're looking for, but I've kind of cleaned that up a little bit since then to allow for some additional opportunity, which is basically like, so one of the big issues that we used to have in this whole like great data debate thing with all of these different things is what is, we used to call them inside versus outside, right? So, and then I've changed that vernacular to narrow versus wide. Right, and the reason why is because on wide ranges, I expect us to, play inside, but it does not mean we will absolutely play inside. Right? Tesla last week had 2 different days on a wide range where it still did breakouts. Right? Wide, but we would prefer it to stay inside, and the expectation is for it to stay inside, but we're not going to ignore the market in order to force the box into, force the price into a box that it doesn't want to be in. If the order book structure is very bullish and the market is long, and buying, then we're either going to continue to play it long, or like I said here, if it doesn't quite align, it would just be a reason to not play it.
Okay, thank you.
You betcha. It's a little nuanced, it's one of the things that is, when you write a book, you have to be more specific, and then as you get to teach people individually, you get to tell them the areas in which there is potential for some wiggle. You know what I mean? And you can't really put that into a book very easily. So, but I mean, if you did adhere to only that, I don't think it would hurt you. And the percent and the probability of that S4 to R4 occurring on a wider range with the open above S4 is a higher probability than it occurring on a narrow range. So the reason why I did it that way was because it carried the highest probability for success. So you may want to still continue to treat it that way. But if it opens above S4 and the order book structure is, we're selling a lot right now too, actually. So when we are bringing in some bid to the downside, so this could end up being a breakdown. It just kind of depends on the market. Maybe they'll let it. I think the difference now for me on this too is because of looking at the ATR aspect. That's something I never used to really do. When I'm like putting the whole like thought process together, I'm thinking this thing on average moves $4. So if it's going to move $4 from 226, down to 222 just seems a little unreasonable. I guess it's a little beyond S4. I guess it could do a breakdown to floor 4. Oh, it'd be interesting. I'll keep an eye on this one today. There is bid coming in. Hmm. We will see. It's gonna be fun. All right. Market continuing to beat up R3 all morning. M and Q. It's all over R3 all morning. Tomorrow, I keep forgetting I gotta bring my laptop up. I want to log into Toss on my paper account and try slinging a couple trades through Toss to see how that feels.
So, Thor, going back to the narrow lower range. So, for example, if it's opening like above S3, so would you have to wait until it comes like down below S4 before you short it, or?
Ideally, yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, especially on the narrow range. You're going to want it to. So what's going to happen is near the bottom of the range, there will be a buyer there, right? So the thing that we often do is we feel like if we wait for it to go through the order, we're going to be like we'll be late. So
Missing out.
we often anticipate the break of the order, but because breaking the order is like a transactional basis, right? Like imagine like someone comes up to somebody and says like, hey, yeah, I need hey, those are, some, really nice there. I need 100,000 of that. And it's each one, it's $100,000 for the cost. And then the person goes, okay, let me get that for you. But right now, I only have $75,000. Right. So, but then there's somebody behind them that, is willing to buy whatever they're selling. Right. And they're willing to actually buy it less. So the person goes up and they buy $75,000 worth off of the seller, and then they go down, and then they sell it to the buyer, and then take the buyer up, and then they sell it. So they have to kind of keep going over and over and over again until they finally get enough to satisfy that 100,000 seller. And now that seller's out of the way, they can go up and then turn around, and if there's someone hopefully will be willing to buy at that level, they will then sell to that buyer, and then kind of start the same process again, selling to the buyer, moving up to the next seller. And they just kind of leapfrog back and forth between buyer and seller. So what you want to do is kind of make sure they leap. You know what I mean? So this is one of the reasons why, like, if you're trying to take an entry, let it break first, right? You don't want to, like, if it's starting to go towards, like, let's say you're trying to wait and it's about to go and make a new high of your previous candle, go ahead and let it make that high, because you want to see that the market maker is willing to buy the seller, right? And you can only tell that if the price goes up. Right. So when the market maker breaks through that seller, you automatically know the market maker was willing to buy the seller. Right. So now you can gauge what happens now that they've bought the seller. Do they buy the seller? Do they keep buying? Or did they buy the seller and now they start selling? Right. And so in over the weekend, we had a lot of discussion going on the difference between a reversal and a fade. Right. So this is categorically the difference between the two. Right? When there's a reversal, the market maker has completed the accumulation portion of the journey, and they are now starting the distribution portion of the journey. Right? So there will be a significantly larger volume climax. The order book structure will change, and it will become bearish where it was once bullish. The market maker will then struggle and then start advancing in the other direction, which we noted as a rollover. Right? So, but if you go up and you hit into the large order, and then the market maker comes off the large order, but there's no large VPA, there's no order book structure change. So if you look to the downside, there's still kind of a void of orders to the downside. There's not a lot of bids coming in yet. This is because the market maker does not intend to sell. They have not completed selling. It doesn't mean the price can't drop. It just means they're not selling. Right. So, but because they're not buying anymore either, because they've probably lost retail participation at the highs, or they've decided that they've already achieved ATR for the day. So maybe they're just done buying today, right? So they will then stagnate and they will just chop out the rest of the time period, wait for the next day, and then start again, right? So you have to make sure if you're playing a fade, you need to understand you're just basically playing an exhaustion, where it's not that they're reversing, they're not starting to sell, they're just not going up anymore. And those fades are going to be significantly smaller, significantly less powerful, and much more likely to get squeezed. Which is why you really want to isolate those plays where if you're going to try and play a reversal, you want to see it go up, you want the VPA, and you want to see the order book structure change to the downside and start selling. Then you'll know you actually have a real reversal on your hands.
Cool.
Bam. I have 2 cups of coffee going, so I got lots of words right
now. Nice.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Since you like coffee, we gotta meet up at Kookaburra sometime.
No, let's do it. That sounds
best
amazing.
Best coffee in Florida.
This group keeps getting bigger.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, have you checked the waitlist, Thor, lately?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be shocked.
I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy, but it stinks because they have to just sit there and wait.
Guys, I'm actually switching from DAS to Thinkorswim, and I wanted to ask, it's my first time ever using it, so what's the best place to go get a good primer and start actually configuring it properly for trading? I have
For
no clue.
Thinkorswim?
Thor.
Yes.
I mean, this is Thinkorswim here on my screen.
Thor's setup is sick.
So I've got my Thinkorswim has all the coding, all the good stuff in it. The only thing it doesn't have right now is ATR or RVol, I mean, and we're working on it. And by we, I mean Leslie.
You know, Thor's setup tells you if it's higher or lower, inside, outside, the ATR, all kinds of cool stuff.
The only thing I haven't done yet is gotten the buttons coded in so I can start trading. I got to get a paper count set up tomorrow. I keep forgetting to bring my laptop upstairs because I want to get it configured with my there so I can start practice trading with a little bit of paper, and then I think I'm going to throw a couple extra dollars into this account.
Right. So is that a matter of me just uploading your configuration? That would be sufficient into my account?
So there's two ways to do it. I can do this first, which is I'm going to share. I'll post it. Here is I'm going to come under the Discord in the chat room for this room.
Yep.
Open chat. This is my entire workspace. All you do if you're looking at my screen is just go up to the cog, and you can just go like open shared item, and then it loads the workspace, and then you can put it in. And then just in case that has an issue, let's go ahead and here's my cam configuration as well. Same thing, just go up and you just open shared item, and then once you have it, you just go to your chart, go up to the beaker, and then you'll go over here and just type in Thor, and you'll see Thor's cams, and you can just add them, hit apply, and boom, they'll be up.
Perfect. Perfect. And is there keys for equalized risk like
I
do
haven't
on
done
DAS?
it. That's next project. We don't. So right now we're finishing RVol. Once that's done, we're gonna work on cleaning up the daily chart a little bit because we have the daily chart working as well. But we just got to clean it up and make everything look nicer and fit better. And then my next thing is to start working on either active trader. But I really just kind of want big buttons. I really want to. And someone was telling me that you can kind of hack in the buttons, which is if we create them and then load them into like the root directory, that basically we can have them forced in here, and then some of that may be possible. I'm not sure. So I haven't gotten into that yet. So that'll be
Okay.
next project.
But it's possible, right? It's possible to
I'm not
have
sure. I hope so. That's the only thing that's the only reason I haven't moved to TOS already at this point is just because I'm still executing through DOS. So that's my next mission is because I would like to. Ooh, look at that volume on DJT. I'd like to be able to start doing this more regularly. Yeah, I'll be right back. 1 second. did y'all see? I got like a spam message or whatever from this like software apparently it's supposedly like watches like all the major like trader like political traders. Like you could like put in like Nancy Pelosi or whatever, and then you could actually have it copy trade her trades. So like anytime they make a trade, like it's supposed to like do the same thing or something like that. I was like, there's no way this is gonna go wrong.
Problem with that is they have up to 30 days to disclose their trades.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought actually was I was like, well, what happens if they don't like if they do it and then they don't tell you they did it for like 30 days? It's like, oh yeah. Man, BBT, keep it spicy, people. Andrew, every time he brings up politics, you can just feel like the whole like room gets twitchy. I was saying to him, and it was the other day Abiel posted, or one of them posted, into the BBT room to be careful with politics, and if you get too rowdy or whatever, you can get banned and stuff like that. And then I've commented in the mentoring side, which nobody could see. I'm the admin side, which no one could see. I'd said I don't disagree with what you're saying, but Andrew is not going to adhere to this. And I said, if Andrew starts talking politics and then someone in the room gets pissed off, I'm like, you don't punish the person. And so Andrew's like, I'd be on my best behavior.
It's like in football, the second guy always gets the penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is he talking about Trump or talking about Iran or what is it?
Whatever. All of it. He doesn't really talk about Iran much.
So somebody told me that Iran publicly put a target on Trump's back. Is that true, or did anybody else hear that same thing?
Not that I'm aware of.
There are news stories out there to that effect that they say they've arrested 2 people from the assassination team. The third one's on the loose.
Wow.
If you're interested, I can put the links in chat.
Throw it in the. We should do a. Let me do a. Hold on.
An off-topic room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Very off topic.
Let's see here.
Or a complete nonsense room, something like that.
Do not enter without a mask. That was funny.
All right, there you go. New room, off topic.
I'll DM you when it's there, Drew.
All right, thank you.
Oh, nice, Ken. Ken's got the toss DOS merge. I know that's what I need to do, Ken. I need to get my like just make like a little lean version of my montage with just like a position thing and like some buttons, just so I can.
It looks like that apple's gonna open below.
And if anybody's not seeing the off-topic room like I wasn't, go up to browse channels, and you'll have to go down and click on it to make it show up.
It's a
Oh, thank you, Drew.
Yep.
I see it now.
Yeah, Thor. It was the only way I could use Toss. It was driving me nuts trying to trade out of Active Trader.
Apple right now is under S4. Ooh, yeah. Look at where NVIDIA's at.
I think Top Step X allows trading through TradingView. But Dwayne, might know better than me.
It's the free, but it's the free version of TradingView, so you can't have any custom indicators, and they've got very limited indicators. They don't even have cams,
Oh, okay.
but they say it's
Okay.
coming. But you know how that goes.
Cool.
Nvidia looks like it wants 150, and then it voids out above it. But Nvidia's right at R3 right now.
Yeah, there's a big call wall at 150 for Nvidia.
Nvidia, it says narrow. It looks like wide. I don't know. Is it my eyes?
Well, so the reason why it's called a narrow range is because the distance between the fours is $3.86, and the ATR on this thing's $4.50. So although it is a wide-ish, it is a fairly wide range. It's the thing is this is to make sure you understand what's possible on this thing. You know what I mean? So it's a lower range, and our ATR does exceed our fours.
Right.
So this very well can be, the difference between narrow and wide, right, is generically on a narrow range, you're going to close around or outside the fours, right? So you're going to either break out and go on a breakout, or you're going to go from 4 to 4, right? So it's, if you've engulfed, right, this is why we play more the threes on the wider range, because we're not really expecting to go outside the fours. Although there are some instances like Tesla last week where it just had so much going on, right, that even though its ranges were still quite wide compared to its ATR, that thing was still doing breakouts. So this is where we don't want to, we don't want to argue with our book necessarily when we're doing this stuff. But right now, the ideal location, since it's a lower range, would actually be for this thing to open under R3, backtest R3, and then we could actually play it weak down. My fear is going to be is this thing's going to kind of play a little bit like a higher range ticker, because 150 happens to be right where R4 is. If this thing buys up to R4, I wouldn't be surprised to see it reject there, but less ideal play. Ding, 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 people. Man, look at that thing selling right out of the gate.
Wow. Wow, that was quick. Holy guacamole.
Man, that would have been fun. I almost
That
hit
would be
that
one.
thing right out of the gate, but it opened a little high. So I wanted to let it sell. It's okay. Let's see if this thing gives us a pullback.
Yeah. Looking for a pullback to 6.7 NQ, or just underneath it. Sweep that liquidity and then go higher, maybe.
My DOS seems really laggy.
Laggy. Why so laggy?
Tesla just pulled back to R4. Order book's got a really big order at 350.
They're jigging.
So Thor, here's a question for you. So if they know they're going to go 350, why do they like to pull back to R4? What does that accomplish for them? Like, why don't they just go for it?
You gotta sell before you.
But they've been selling throughout the pre-market, you could say.
I don't know. The volume's
Maybe
too
it's
low.
huge volume.
I would say they
you're
were buying in the pre-market.
right.
There's a lot of buying, like right at the beginning when they came in. Now, so what happened? So the her books are longer time frame concepts. Right? So when she talks about like accumulating versus distributing and oh my gosh. Come on, 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 Tesla, come on, Tesla, come on, Tesla. Come on, Tesla.
I'm also almost there.
Come on, Tesla, come on, Tesla, come on.
You could do it.
Come on, Tesla. I'm actually short NVIDIA right now while I'm long Tesla.
Man, look at this wick. Man, I got out. Basically, I got out when everyone else was getting stopped out. I should have flipped to long right there. Oh man. So that was a manipulation. So that 6-7
time.
level was basically pre-market. There was a lower down to 158. We basically went down there.
Come on, come on,
Yeah.
come on. I don't need much higher than this.
I'll post the trade that I did. I sent it to Kirthy, but let me. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating bullets in this for some reason. Because short an NQ is hard. NQ only goes up, so shorting it's always kind of hard for me.
Come on, just give me one good pop to 350. Come on. If this loses open price, I'm gonna bail on it. Because I'm also short NVIDIA right now.
So, you know what? I think they're still jigging, because I think if they cleared this liquidity, I think they want to clear 57.
There's such a big gap underneath me.
Yeah, so there is a big gap on the Arch 8 settings on NQ. The gap is down to 21,321. No, sorry, 21,231.50. We know how, especially on Mondays, it likes to clear this gap. I think Ace has some stats on this, some edgeful stats on the gap fill. I mean, this is a big move already, though.
NVIDIA's order book's looking pretty bearish right now. I shorted NVIDIA on the back to R3.
You know what was also hard about shorting this? Is because Apple, because you guys were showing the Apple book looks so strong. So I was.
What did Apple end up doing?
Well, when you guys showed that, I was like, man, maybe my short was not a good idea.
Look, under S4. Look, it ended up opening under S4, so it wicked right back to S4. Look at the freaking beautiful wick back to S4, and then right to the floor level. Doink.
So look at this. I basically just got R4 to R3, but that was big enough for me.
That's beautiful.
Good enough for me. Got my 4R, maybe a little bit more.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on, you can do this.
Oh, this feels good. Good Monday.
Where were you long from, Tesla? Or
right off of R4. When it came out and dipped into R4. I'll show you in a second.
I've been trading a little bit more of my live account so I could take way more contracts. Like I took 10 contracts today. Not full size, of course, mini.
Come on, man. Look, I'm right here
Lauren,
on
I was
NVIDIA.
like, dang, baller.
Look at this.
Heck yeah.
That's like, all right.
Look at it.
My kind of trading.
It pulled back to R3. I hit short, put my stop above R3. It's like all I gotta do is get right there.
Nice. Oh, you know what, Nathan? After that one Google trade, you posted a while back, I want to be you. So
I should have held. I probably should have held this.
That's what I want to try to build to the big
I don't
size.
think it's gonna go through 350.
Why did you get out?
I don't think it's gonna go through 350, and my target had me above 350, and I really feel like the market was. It's actually probably wasn't a great decision, and I'm likely going to regret that, but that's okay. When I got into this, my stop was right under here. So my target ended up being way up above 351, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I decided to cut this, hoping it would come back and hit again, and maybe I'd get a better entry on it. And but the main thing I like is I wanted to lighten that position because I really like this setup. I really like this setup, and I wanted to take this one.
That entry is sick.
So, and we're almost there.
That's the 50. That's the 50. That has the red.
Yeah,
and
that's
green.
the 50 SMA.
That's such a good
Pull back
entry.
to the R3 and 50 SMA.
So is it something that you consider, for instance, doing those tech tickers like Tesla and Nvidia? One is weak and one is strong. Do you ever feel like if you take one short and one long that you actually might be kicking yourself in the butt because
No, actually,
essentially
I kind of like hedging that way. Sometimes if one looks strong and one looks weak, I'll play them both and see if one works and one doesn't. Then normally, if anything, I kind of like it. See, and I had it hit there, boom, I was perfect, and I just took this one off because I like the Nvidia trade so much. I was like, that
So
was
guys,
silly.
when I
Stupid.
went through
Okay.
my stats and my journals, I used to get stopped out like this all the time, and it was bugging the shit out of me. So I ran my I just ran through all the days that I had, and I found that R4 gets retested even more than R3. And in
Oh, a
Thor's
lot, yeah.
book, in Thor's book, he says the fours are a principal inflection point, so they take a while to set up. So you're not only going to get like one retested R4, you're going to get like 3 or 4 before it goes. So don't get jigged into taking long right off the bat. Just wait for it to get back to R4 and then hit it. Does that make sense?
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I ran it and like the fours get retested like 80% of the time.
Freaking struggling right there. Oh, there you go. 350.
I'm such an idiot.
Massive sell orders up at 350,
If I'd
as
have,
well as
if,
the options.
it's got 350 was where it was at. That was the reason I didn't like it because I didn't think we were going to get through 350, and my target was on the other side of 350, and the whole market was rolling over. I mean, look here. I'm holding a short right now. I've been short since before the open, like around like what 850 or something. I went short. So I've just been holding this Qs. I'm figuring we do a breakdown on the frickin' Qs today or whatever. Right? So I kind of thought with the market rolling over like this and all the sell volume right out of the gate, I kind of thought we were going to roll over. I should have known. Musk too powerful. Look at this. It looks like we're going to go short here. But anyway, I think that's it for me. That's going to be my trade today.
Yeah, I think I got really, really good fill, so I think I'm done
Now
too.
let's just hold it. Let's just hold this one. My Apex trade here. We'll just go ahead and put this one a trail.
What platform is that you're trading on there?
This is Ninja.
Oh.
futures account with Ninja, with Ninja Broker. So I trade using my futures mostly through that these days. So that way I can use my TOS. But this is actually a .NET framework. So everything we're doing in TOS, in theory, we can probably code into Ninja. So all of this ATR stuff, once we're done, we can probably do that. Oh man, NVIDIA.
Oh my God, full gap fill, NQ. Full gap fill.
R4 to S. Look at this thing go. Yes, R3 short on a lower range. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Market open Monday, boys.
Dude,
And
we're back. The era of volatility
back.
is back.
We're so back. We're so back.
We're so back.
I took NVIDIA
Oh.
R3 short.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for it.
Earthy is love and life too. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man, I could have had like triple what I made. I just held. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is pretty obvious, right?
What did we say right at the beginning? Did I not say the market structure had turned bearish for the first freaking time?
Yeah, for the first time in like a week.
When have I said the market structure looked bearish? Like in a month?
Only today.
Come on, are you seriously? Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Look at this. Oh man, I thought I got a good move. I could have had another two times.
Yeah.
423.50 day. I could have had a $1,200 day if I just held. But I mean, how long are you gonna hold for? I guess I should have just held. I should have put a trail on my on there or something. I don't know.
Hold for 20,000.
Holy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Dude, we may be at the top right now. Like period, the top. Oh my gosh, how fun! All right, I guess I'm done.
But I hit my 3R so quickly, and then now it could have been 4R, 5R. It just keeps going.
Yeah, the same thing with me.
Man.
But you know what? Here's the thing: we're always going to leave some money on the table.
Oh,
so.
every time. That's the thing. That's what makes this thing kind of stink, right?
Yeah.
That's because you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
So it's comfortable before you get in, comfortable, uncomfortable while you hold, and then after you're done, there's even part of you that's like, could I have made more? Could I have lost less? There's always a little something going on.
I shorted Tesla on Trading Terminal at the open. I just made $31,000. I need to go back to DOS or something, huh? I need to get equities on my charts again. That is wild. Holy shit. Holy shit.
So for Tesla, for instance, it came back. I got stopped out. Now, do you think the fact that they got that seller and then came back, is there anything that would stop them from coming back and rallying off of S4, R4?
Here we go. Boom, boom.
Man, what a day. What a day. It's like the best Monday ever. For me.
That is what are you gonna do, man?
For you, Thor, it's just another Monday.
It's Monday. It's Monday, baby. It's Monday.
You got your 8-hour, your 12-hour. It's just another Monday.
It is a 12-hour Monday.
Nice. 12-hour Mondays. I wish I could say the same, but I'm very happy still.
It will, dude. You're doing the thing that's fun.
Getting better. It's getting a little bit easier. Getting a little bit easier.
You are doing so freaking well right now, like at where you are in the journey and in the process, which is so amazing. Like so many people in this room doing so much better than I was doing at 2 to 2.5 years to 3 years into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think I'm doing something, just wait to see the rest of you in a couple of years. I mean, it's going to be awesome. So just enjoy the process, be patient, know it's coming, but you can see here, it's completely doable. You know what I mean? It's not. It's actually, if anything, it's almost not complicated the way we do it. We identified bearish order structure this morning, but it didn't matter what we pick, and that was on Apple too. You got the Apple short? God, the Apple short to floor 3.
Who did that? Who got that?
Gosh, I think Farah got it.
Oh my God. Great
Can
job.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why did we short Nvidia at R3 on a lower range day?
At R3.
Lower range day, R3. Not a
Lower range, R3,
Yep,
baby.
Yep. Never mind.
higher range, you short R4. Lower range, you
Yep.
short R3.
Yep. My stupid. Sorry to even get on this. Yep.
No,
Well, that's okay.
no, we clarify, Betty. It's clarification. We got to
I
have
know,
it.
yeah.
It's all about, it's kind of like when you're, if you got to think about the quarterback as they improve, it's not just knowing the plays, it's having that quick access. So just repetitions, it's great. Let everybody think about it for a second, challenges the whole room, and then we get to think about it and come up with the right answer. So I think it's good, man. Just thank you for keeping us nimble and on our toes. I appreciate it.
Do you know, I'm having analysis paralysis, so I didn't even enter anything. Do you know when you doubt to yourself, like, oh, should I not?
Oh yeah.
Every trade. That's every trade for me.
Yeah.
So
It sucks.
Look at
It
look at
does.
what, and then on
It
Nvidia,
does.
by the way, look what happened on Nvidia. It broke yesterday's low. Right.
Oh,
So
nice.
does this
Thank you.
look at this? Look at this level. R4 on the daily. What are we getting at R4
Oh my
on the
God,
daily?
ISO pivot.
Is that an ISO pivot setting up?
Little abandoned baby.
Little abandoned baby ISO pivot action.
So
Right on
Farah,
R4 in the higher tighter range.
So here's the thing. What's the worst that could happen? You get. I mean, we have risk control. The worst that could happen is you get stopped out for 1R.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I treat my sim as my life, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
I can't seem to get over this psychology. You know,
well, here's the thing.
fear.
You're never going to be 100% sure, but if you rack up enough probabilities, say add R3 on a lower range day, you're getting VPA, the book is looking bearish. At a certain point, you just got to weigh how much probabilities you have in your favor, and then you just got to go for it. Once you rack up, once you're at 70-75% chance of hitting it, just go for the trade.
And to add on that, I would recommend, and this is an unpopular comment maybe, I would recommend actually not treating your sim account like it's a live account. Treat it like it's a sim account, right? Right now,
Treat it like a game.
No, not a
Kinda,
game,
yeah.
but treat it like an analogy. Someone who's learning how to bat. Right, you go into the batter's cage so that you can learn how to bat because you want to bat in an environment where you're not also competing against a pitcher. Right, because the pitcher brings in a whole different aspect of challenges because now it's not just am I getting the pitch. I almost bought Tesla right there off of R4, but I'm not going to. It's a whole new host of issues that come once you're facing an adversary, right? So so you go into the batter's box so that you can focus on the technique of your swing, knowing you may miss more because you're just working on your swing. You're not really concerned if it's a home run or not. You're focusing hit, you actually have to then get in front of a pitcher, let them throw the ball at you, and then swing, right? And this is where things get really interesting, right? Because then we start looking at statistics and try to decide how often does the pitcher throw a curveball. You know what I mean? And then we're starting to wait for curveballs, right? Because I hit curveballs better than I hit fastballs. So I want to know when the pitcher's going to throw a curveball so I can wait for a curveball and hit it. But you can't swing for a curveball if there's a fastball. You just lost your chance. Since you're just in sim, I would give yourself permission to lose in lieu of good technical execution. Like I'm not saying go take wild swings at the air. You're just going to build bad habits, but you do need to swing or else you're never going to hit the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, I'm not giving excuses of my lack of ability to actually take the
I'll
trade.
just rebut them. It's okay.
I'm
just kidding. Go for it.
If I'm not profitable in sim, how am I supposed to know whether I'm swinging correctly or
That's
not?
what I'm here for.
Well,
If I keep on making mistakes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
See, I'm your batting coach. So you just take the swings, and then I'll correct your technique, right? So I'll say, okay, that was a good swing, but your elbow was too low. That was a good swing, but your hip was out of alignment. That was a good swing, but your right foot needs to be turned to the outside. Boom, nailed it. That's what the swing feels like. All right, you hit it that time. The next time you put your foot back to the inside. Turn it back to the outside. Boom, there's the swing. All right, boom, there's the swing. Boom, there's the swing. All right, you got the swing. Let's get you on in front of a pitcher.
Or you know why that's a funny analogy is because you used to talk about how awful you were at batting.
Yeah, I was. That's why I had to get a batting
You had
coach.
your own batting coach.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to advance myself. This is why I use this analogy a lot because I went through this experience. I was learning to play baseball. Very good baseball. Very good catcher. Strong arm. Had a cannon. I could easily throw runners out at second with solid accuracy. Couldn't just sit back and just let these guys take pot shots at me all day. I had to actually do something about it. So I went and I got a coach, and the first thing the coach did, and this is the analogy that he's referencing, but the first thing the coach did is he walked up to me and he said, "All right, let's work on your swing." He started pitching the ball to me, and I started getting super frustrated because he had pitched the ball and I wasn't hitting the ball. And he's like, "Why are you getting so frustrated?" And I said, "Well, I can't hit the ball." And he's like, "Well, I haven't taught you that yet." So yeah, of course. Right? So then he actually took my bat away and gave me a broomstick. And then he stopped throwing the ball. He actually just started tossing a little wiffle ball at me. And then I couldn't hit the wiffle ball, which made me really mad because I was like, well, you gave me a stick and a wiffle ball. I really can't hit those. And then he said the thing that changed my life. He said, "Stop trying to hit the ball." He said, I don't want you to hit the ball. That's not the point. I want to see your swing. Right? The ball, just use the ball for timing. When you see the ball go by you, swing the bat. Right? Swing the stick, right? And then he could actually sit there and look at my technique. Okay, you went short even though the book was bullish. Right? Okay, you should have waited for a new 1 minute high or a new 5 minute high or a pin bar. We can actually start looking at the elements of your individual swing because they're not being hampered by behavioral slippage. Right? I can just see your intention. Whether you're right or wrong, who cares? Just show me what you know so I can tell you if you're wrong or not. But if you don't swing, I have no way of knowing if you're wrong or not, right? Because you didn't even try. So give yourself permission to lose a little bit. Get a little bit of the pride and the vanity out of the mix. Like, I don't care if you lose. If anything, I want you to lose because if you don't, if you just actually, you know what? Give yourself permission to lose. Just go for it. And if you just happen to start winning, hey, that much the better, right? But in the meantime, time, like just give yourself permission to take those swings, especially when you're like, I think I don't have a reason to, Power style, grab you by the face. I don't know if I have a reason to not take this trade. It looks like it has everything. Take it. And then under execution, put yes. Why? Because you thought this was exactly what you were supposed to do at the time you took it, so you took it, right? No behavioral issue. I'll tell you why it's wrong, right? But in this instance, oh man, there were 3 or 4 trades, all set, all looked good. I could have taken any one of them, but I didn't. Not only did you not get a trade, I also didn't get a chance to coach you. You know what I mean? So you're paying me. You might as well get some trades in and make me work. And anyone, by the way, I want to come up with an incentive for anyone who uses one of Andrew's live accounts and manages to get money out of him. If you can steal a significant amount of Andrew's money, it could earn you a lifetime membership here. Just kidding. Oh, I was just watching Andrew talking about his funded accounts. Anyway, I'm going to take off. I have a 10 o'clock, so I got to run. But fun morning, everybody. That was a lot of good times. I will see everybody on tomorrow, or if you're in the BBT and so inclined.